Morning everyone, beautiful day outside, beautiful, well, a bit bright, a bit bloody bright. Anyway, what are we doing? It never ends. We fixed up all the starter clutch and that's going pretty good. We started the bike and I noticed there's a slight leak coming out of one of the bolts at the bottom here. This one here. So I'm a little bit frightened that the thread's on its last legs. So what we're going to do is, I've taken it apart and dried it all out and done all that. What we're going to do is helicoil it, put in a new thread, and I've got this thing called a power coil. Pick up these at my local bolt shop, and it's got all the gear inside. It's got the drill, which is oversized to the M6. I don't know what size it is. 6.3 mil, and it's got the oversized tap. M6 1, and then we've got the actual helicoils, and we've got the tool to insert it, and I'll explain all that as we go. So that's our plan this morning. It's a pretty quick job. I've done heaps of those in 8 mil, 10 mil and 12 mil, and mainly on sump plugs on postie bikes. They're about a 14 mil, I think, or 12 mil, doesn't matter. So we'll just get started here and see how we go. So have a look. Let's get started. Now, first thing that we've got to do is have a really good sharp drill, which comes in the kit, and we simply drill out the existing hole. You can probably see in there it's a little bit crappy. Alright, done that. And we need our little tap. And also what I've got is a crescent on there, a shifting spanner. And make sure that's nice and straight. Just cut a new thread in that. When you cut the new thread, it cuts out a piece of the hole that you want. Just clean up the shaving that it makes. So you turn it and it cuts it, and then just do that. So you can do that a couple of turns before you back it off. Do that. A couple of turns. Just gentle push with the thumb just to help it along. shavings on that. That's great. Good to see. So we'll just get some air and clean out that hole. It looks pretty good anyway. Now we get the part with the helicoil, and you should see a little tab on there, tab of some sort that goes onto the inside of that tool. What you do is you just feed that in, and that becomes the new thread. So occasionally I put Loctite on them. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I think this one I might just put a little bit on. A little bit on with my steady hand, and just gently feed that in, and it just screws into the thread that you've just put in, and just go a little bit past it. Just so it's just about flush, just a little bit under flush. Now, that little tab that you saw at the end, what you do is, that little tab, you force that in there and just give it a tap, and that just breaks off. Okay? That just breaks off. Let's just get a M6 screw, and that'll just go straight in. Okay. And that job took probably 10 minutes, if that. By the time I was set up my bloody camera and stuff like that, it's about 15. So it's a very simple job. These kits aren't cheap. I think this one was about 70 bucks, but I reckon it's worth it. You save one thread like that, save yourself a trip up the engineer shop, and then he looks at it and charges you $1,000. I don't know what they charge. Anyway, let's put it all back together. Put all this back, see if it leaks again. I think I stuffed up on the putting on the gasket myself. It's a fairly old one, but it still holds there, so I'm just going to put a little bit of silicone around it later on. Thanks everyone.